Hello, today I will read from the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 5. When all the work Solomon had done for the temple of the Lord was finished, he brought in the things his father David had dedicated, the silver and gold, and all the furnishings, and he placed them in the treasuries of God's temple. Solomon dedicates the temple, the ark brought to the temple. Then Solomon summoned to Jerusalem the elders of Israel, all the heads of the tribes, and the chiefs of the Israelite families to bring up the ark of the Lord's covenant from Zion, the city of David. And all the men of Israel came together to the king at the time of the festival in the 7th month. When all the elders of Israel had arrived, the Levites took up the ark, and they brought up the ark and the tent of meeting and all the sacred furnishings in it. The priests, who were Levites, carried them up, and King Solomon and the entire assembly of Israel that had gathered about him were before the ark, sacrificing so many sheep and cattle that they could not be recorded or counted. Wow. The price, it's wow, but it's slaughtery there, full of blood, and it's not smelling nice. But still, it was a sacrifice, and if we think, lots of sacrifices were they were making food, and they were eating the priests and the Levites, and sometimes the people who gave the sacrifice, and sometimes burnt offerings were nothing left to eat or something like that. But King Solomon and the priests who were the priest then brought the ark of the Lord's covenant to its place in the inner sanctuary of the temple, the most holy place, and put it beneath the wings of cherubim. The cherubim spread their wings over the place of the ark and covered the ark and its carrying poles. These poles were so long that their ends extending from the ark could be seen from in front of the inner sanctuary, but not from outside the holy place. And they are still there today. Today there is no temple anymore, and it's a sad thing. And it was destroyed and rebuilt and destroyed again, and now it lives there is a mosque or something like that. Until it will be rebuilt again. Still there today. It was that chronicle people who were writing down this. There was nothing in the ark except the 2 tablets that Moses had placed in it at Horeb, where the Lord made a covenant with the Israelites after they came out of Egypt. And the question is, who put something in the Ark of the Covenant, and who take out the priest, the high priest, and where it was the Moses staff and the 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 pot with manna, Moses and Aaron stuff, yeah, Aaron stuff, which I think it was the same, I don't know. Yeah, it was the same, I think. Yeah, and it's very weird. Maybe God himself. And sometimes, all of these, there is a meaning under that. I mean, before, why? And what does it mean? What does it mean? Only the two tablets of the. Oh. There was nothing in the ark except the two tablets that Moses had placed in it at Horeb, where the Lord made a covenant with the Israelites after they came out of Egypt. The priests then withdrew from the holy place. All the priests who were there had consecrated themselves regardless of their divisions. All the Levites who were musicians, Asaph, Heman, Yedutun, I can write them down, but Yedutun. And their sons and relatives stood on the east side of the altar, dressed in fine linen and playing cymbals, harps, and lyres. They were accompanied by 120 priests sounding trumpets. The trumpeters and singers joined in unison, as with one voice, to give praise and thanks to the Lord. Accompanied by trumpets, cymbals, and other instruments, they raised their voice in praise to the Lord and sang, "He is good, His love endures forever." Then the temple of the Lord was filled with a cloud, and the priests could not perform their service because of the cloud, for the glory of the Lord filled the temple of God. It was God's recognition, God's fingerprint, like a stamp that God is. God was there, and He made that. I think when the temple will be built again, I'm not so sure, because now it's a different thing, because now Jesus Christ died for us. It's a totally different story, but that was the beginning with between the relationship for relationship between humans and God. But most for Jewish people, because they were the first on the first line, but still it was for all the world, but through the Jewish somehow. But now after Jesus Christ came, after Messiah came, and the Christianity appeared, everything has changed. But not everything. I mean, somehow there are connections, deep connection, and it's just the the continuality of thing. Okay, there was a chapter. May the God bless me, protect me, and